Hello, welcome back to my channel. We are gonna do my first declutter video. This like halfway through the year. We're in July, and then I'm gonna do another one probably at the end of the year where I go through each drawer like I did last year. We'll start at the top, work our way down. During the summer right now, we're gonna do small eyeshadow palettes. There'll be a separate video on my face palette drawer because that needs to be done. And then my eyeshadow palettes because I'm maxed out. My drawers are full. I don't know what I have. It's becoming an issue, but we're gonna start with this drawer to kind of rip the Band-Aid off, so to speak. The only palettes that you're not gonna see in this video are the 5-pan ColourPop ones, the long rectangular ones. I decided those are gonna be housed in my high-end drawer with my Pat McGrath, Natasha Denona palettes are all in there, and then I have a Makeup Forever palette that my friend Christine gave me. So they're the same size roughly as the little Natasha Denona smaller 5-pans that I have. So I have her full-size panned 5-pan palettes, not the minis, if that makes sense. But they're around the same size. There's space in that drawer, so those are gonna be in there. So you won't see those 5 pans in this video. I'm not decluttering anything in that drawer. I kind of mentioned that when I did the behind the scenes video, but if you wanna see what's in that drawer, let me know and I can do a separate video showing what I consider my higher end palettes, because there's a lot of like indie palettes that could probably fit in that price point, but that's just what I have in there. So yeah, let's jump in. I positioned you to where obviously you can still kind of see me. This shirt is from Cavity Colors. If you're interested, it's Ghostface. This was one of their Halloween shirts for last year. It's Ghostface meets Trick or Treat. So the pumpkin that he's holding is Sam from Trick or Treat. So that's where my shirt is from, but hopefully this angle is okay. I've done different versions where you can see my face, you can't see my face, you're behind me, you know, all the things. So hopefully this is okay, but we're gonna start this is my entire drawer that I keep my smaller palettes in. And now that I took out the 5-pan ColourPop, theoretically everything could fit in here, but I think there's some room to declutter some things. So the ColourPop little quads are gonna stay. So I'm just gonna show you really quick. I have Aquarius on the mango. Some of these I got in mystery boxes, a couple, I think maybe 2 or 3, and then some of them my friend Christine sent me. We have sorbet. The only thing with these is the packaging tends to break. So some of these lids are like barely hanging on. That's the only reason, like I wish I could travel with these. There's mocktail. They're just, the packaging is too finicky. Creamsicle. I wish they would repackage these because the formula on these quads is phenomenal. And then Feeling Coconutty. So it's a super micro version of the Going Coconuts palette. So those are all, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Those are all gonna stay. So we'll start a keep pile and then we'll put declutters on this side. This Lime Crime palette I have held on to because it looks like a Polly Pocket. I had 2 of them. The blue one is in my daughter's makeup bag upstairs. I don't feel inclined to use this anymore. This is one of those palettes I've used it a handful of times. Always got compliments on it. The shimmers in here are not super intense, so I would add like a Stila Glitter and Glow or something, but this is going to come out of this drawer and then just be kept for display purposes. So technically I'm decluttering it, but it's not going to leave my collection, if that makes sense, but it's leaving this drawer. This is new. These are all Crown brush singles that I got in a subscription box. I had this little Z palette, so I made a little quad, but I think I'm going to keep these for now because they're new. Was it this one? I feel like there was a little palette that I got recently where one of the shadows wasn't good. Was it this one? Maybe it was this one. This is from, is Illuminati the brand? Is that what this is from too? These came in subscription boxes. They're in the same packaging. They're technically different brands because the branding is on the back, but I think these are obviously same manufacturer. I wasn't super impressed with the pink one, so I'm gonna let this one go. This is Cream de la Cube. I think this one came in like one of the fall or winter ones. This has a pretty color story. Again, I think the formula is the same on these. I don't know. I know I have palettes with this color story. Like, I like the size of this, but I don't love the formula on these. Like, these glittery ones that are in here, it's overspray, and that was the same thing that I encountered with this palette. So I think I'm just gonna let both of these go. They're really light washes of color, which is not terrible for everybody, but I'm definitely someone that likes a little more punch. So I think because I need to make some room and I don't love those could go. I think I liked this one. This one seemed better. This is a little one that came in an Ipsy bag. It's the Serena. I can't read the label, like the branding, so I'm gonna hold on to that one. This one also came in a little Ipsy. This is the Chica Beauty Fiesta palette. This one also seemed fine. It's a little, I like these smaller palettes for when I swap out my makeup bag upstairs, and those, they were both fine. I'm gonna think about this one just because I feel like I have this color story. It's got, you know, a plum, a teal, and it's neutral, but the formula on this is good. So I haven't really used it. Maybe I'll just keep it. Okay. So we got those. We're at 3 and 3 here because, again, technically the Lime Crime one is leaving. There's a bunch of Too Faced ones, which I don't think I'm going to get rid of. I know I like these little monochromatic from Hard Candy. So I have the green one and the pink one. These are good quality. The shimmers in here are like, have a little duochrome flip. This little one from Bella Pierre, 4-color. I don't think I've even swatched this. These shades look very similar. What's the pigmentation like on these? I don't think I've even swatched these. I think I could, I know I touched it, but this I think I'm probably going to declutter. It seems fine, but it's just, again, I'm sure I have things that are similar. I do have a white over here. Get one out right now because I feel like I'm going to need one. Okay. Yeah, that one, I don't think I even swatched. The only reason I'm inclined to get rid of that one is because, like, I have these LA Girl ones. Now, not everybody likes these. I like these. I think these are decent. I like them way better than the e.l.f. for pans. The shimmers are nice. I will use the shimmers as a, like, all over one shadow. I have this kind of camel-y colored one. I have the pink one. I have the green one. I've traveled with these. They travel fine, so I'm inclined to keep those. Again, they're good. Here's the other Laura Geller. I talked about this in my Boxy Charm video where I had a Laura Geller palette and I couldn't remember if I kept it. It's 6 matte eyeshadows and 2 highlighters. So yeah, I definitely don't need this with this. This I think is a better version. So I do have the other Laura Geller palette I was thinking about. So I'll keep this. Haven't used it. I have these two from Profusion. These came in an advent calendar. I have one that's a little bit more like the Urban Decay Naked Heat. And then this one is like Modern Renaissance Naked Cherry vibes. I've never used these. Profusion to me is pretty decent. I can't tell how I feel about the shimmers. I'm inclined to keep these for now. Again, only because these are ones that I could throw in my makeup bag upstairs. Oh, let's see. This is the I Love Sari and Dose of Colors. This was a collab. Again, it's a little small 6-pan. I have used this. I have traveled with it. I used to use this when I worked more. It's pretty. I'm going to think about that one. Let's see. I have the Laura Geller Sleigh Bells. I wish she would bring this one back. I, again, like this palette. I'm having a little, like, pigment seepage, as you can see around the pan, but the shades are still fine. So I'm inclined to keep that. Sugar Pill Mini Color Palette. It's all matte palette, rainbow colors. This is good for blending as a companion palette. So as long as I have room, it can stay. Makeup Revolution and Batman. Again, it's a neutral palette with pop yellow. It's got a black in it. I got this on sale for like $5. And like, I like Batman, clearly, but I'm kind of, I've never used it, never touched it. It's never been swatched. Again, we'll see how much room I have. My friend Christine gave me this one. This is the Fula by Juvia's Place. Never used it, but it's pretty. Again, these smaller palettes are nice to be able to take upstairs. My friend Lauren gave me this Chanel quad for Christmas. This is actually going to go in my high-end drawer. So I'm going to set that over there because that's not going to stay in here. My little smoke balm from The Balm. It's a little 3-pan. This is one that I've traveled with a bunch. You can see the big dip because when I don't have a brow bone highlight shade, this is what I reach for. This is still available. You can still get it. I have this little Freaky Frankie 2-pan palette from Creature Cosmetics. I don't love their eyeshadow formula. Like, this is one of their better formulas. Like, the shimmers in this are better than what I have experienced in their palettes, but again, it's not great. So this is something that I would keep for the packaging, but it's not going to stay in this drawer. So this is going to go behind me and I will find a home for it, but it's going to leave. It's leaving the drawer. This is one that I bought. My husband likes Monsters, Inc. Mike Wazowski is his favorite character. I also have the highlighter. This palette is just okay. I don't think this is one of Makeup Revolution's better palettes, but I keep it because of the packaging. So this is my Scare Card palette. So this is going to stay, even though wouldn't recommend. It's just fine. I have these two little Essence palettes. I have the green one and the rose one. Again, I've never used these, but again, these would be ones that I would use upstairs. So I'm going to keep both of these for now. People love these or they hate them. So I don't know. This is a quad. This came in an ice cream beauty bag or box. It's a 4. They're all like duochromes. These are not bad, I don't think. Yeah, these have some good reflect, shimmer, whatever I'm trying to say. So those can stay. The Too Faced ones. I know I want to keep all the Christmas ones. I have that Jammin' one. It's purple and pink. It does smell like fruity. It's got a fruit smell to it. I've heard that this one's not great, but I have not used it, so I'm inclined to keep it. This drawer is so dusty. I'm not sure why there's like, probably from the ceiling. Again, we're going to remodel. You can see the dust in the drawer. It's kind of gross. I have the Christmas Coffee palette. These Christmas ones are all good. I've used them all. They're all good quality. Hot Buttered Rum. So if you see any for sale, I would recommend all these. The only one I haven't tried is the Jam one. Secret Santa, I think, is one of the most well-rounded, geez, because you've got a black and a dark brown, and then all the colors kind of in between. You've got some lid shades. This one is a little dark leaning for the lid shades, but I like, it's the most versatile, I think, out of the bunch. And then I really like the Fruitcake one. Again, you can do a fair amount with it. I tend to use these together. Do these smell still? Kinda. The Hot Buttered Rum has a little bit of smell. The Santa one, the Christmas Coffee has kind of a weird fruit smell to it too. The Christmas Secret Santa one, I don't think was ever scented. I don't smell anything, but the rest of them have a little bit of a smell, but nothing overpowering. Okay, where we get into trouble is with these Huda palettes. Okay, let's look here. Let's just dump that out. Okay. I said, I think it's coming from the ceiling because that's the top drawer and there's holes. These containers all need to be cleaned. I'll come down here with Clorox wipes and do that at another time. But okay, so we've got these Huda Beauty palettes. So I have Topaz Obsession. I'm inclined to keep the Obsession ones. This green one has been used a lot. She's a little messy. Smoke Obsessions, obviously one of my most used palettes. Super messy. That one can stay. We've got Mauve Obsessions. This one's been used a fair amount. Ruby Obsessions. It's never been used. Sapphire Obsession. I think I used it once. Amethyst. It's never been used. The orange one's never been used. I don't think either. Okay, so the two in question would be these two. I've held on to this one. This one I'm kind of inclined to get rid of because it's so light. And I'm just, I don't know. I'm not excited to reach for this, but I've never swatched it. It's never been touched here. Let me see what we've got going on. Like, look. I feel like if I had a wet base, maybe, because these are very, like, they're soft, but they're chalky almost. Like, I feel like like, it looks like I'm rubbing chalk. Let's look at the shimmers, because I could be inclined to keep this if the shimmers, like, that's not bad. Because I could see maybe doing something with that all over the lid. Okay. Maybe I'll hold on to this. Again, I haven't used it. And I couldn't, I've had that 2 years maybe. I don't know. Maybe 3. I got into BoxyCharm when it was still BoxyCharm. So however long ago that was. And then I have this nude one, which I think this one was good. There was a light, a medium, and a deep. This is the medium one. Super pretty. Again, just a neutral palette. So again, this is something that I could see potentially using upstairs. So I guess we'll keep those. Oh, Lord. I don't know if I got rid of very much here. Again, because I think I might declutter this one too. Just, again, I don't think there's anything wrong with this, but I'm just trying to get rid of things to save space. And then like this one, yeah, these two I'm on the fence about, because again, we're running into a space issue, because like I like the teals, but again, like I have colors in here that I could be more inclined to use. The green one, again, has some color that I could be more inclined to use. The nude palette in here, like this Huda one, could be potentially used over these. So I think those 5 are all going to go in the declutter. So let's see where we're at here. I think that helped significantly. Again, I've got the ColourPop ones. I'm trying to be realistic, and I want to use stuff that I like love what I have kind of a thing. So again, I like this. This is a cute little, I always rave about this at Christmas time. So that is a good little palette. This one, I keep it because of the green and the gold, but I don't, do I have, it looks very similar to the dark green that's in here. And I'm pretty sure if I went through, again, these, because I want to get more use out of these Huda palettes. Like there's a gold in here that's pretty. What's in the Topaz palette? This has never been used. This has a pretty gold in it. So and the color, the mattes in these are almost identical. So I'm kind of inclined to get rid of this just because it's old, so that I can use, get use out of this other stuff. Because again, like there's a light shade in here that I know is good. You've got shimmers. The shimmers in all of these are good. Like there's a gold in here. Again, you've got a light shade in this pink one that's good. There's a light shade in that one. And then like the blue that I was looking at in those other palette, like there's blue in here. I know these are good. I just have to be careful with them. So I'm going to put this one in the declutter, and the way I do declutters is I have a basket. It's going to sit over there. If I change my mind, it's not like they're leaving my house yet, but so far, you know, I've got a couple, and then like 3 that are leaving the drawer. So that's helpful to me. Okay, let's see where we can fit some of this. I think that was already like very, very helpful as far as space saving for me. I don't know that this is organized the best. Maybe these could go there. It's hard when everything is like different sizes. Let's see. Will this fit down in there better? So it's like playing Tetris. I'll just leave those there. And then I have these, which these can go kind of in there too, but this is the only one that I'm on the fence about just because I've never used, but again, like there's gold in here that I'm sure is fine. It's a neutral palette with the yellow. I'll leave it in here for now just because obviously I have room, and then may end up decluttering it later. But so far, like this is being decluttered. The little Frankenstein one's gonna go as a display piece, and then these are 6 bigger sized ones that I'm gonna put in my declutter basket. I don't think that was bad. And again, here's a little like, there is some space in this drawer. I could put some more things in here if it comes in that I decide that I want to keep. So I've got some room in here, which is nice. So that was the goal. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Hopefully this wasn't too boring. I feel like, you know, I like watching cutthroat declutters, but that's never what mine are because I have a hard time getting rid of stuff. And it's not necessarily about purging a lot. It's about liking everything that I have and potentially wanting to use it. If I don't feel like it's something that I potentially want to use, then I need to let it go. So yeah, thank you guys so much. Again, make sure you're subscribed, and hopefully I will see you in another video. Bye everybody.